Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. We are live here at Mentor Entertainment Studios. We are live with Lokey Kountry.
Sure enough.
They came to Shreveport, Louisiana. Call himself gonna show out, y'all. From North Carolina, all the way from North Carolina. We have Lokey Kountry in the building.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
representing the sticks.
Oh, wow, not the sticks. Y'all further south than me. But
listen, wait now, wait. Not too much.
I know the rules.
He said he know the rules. I'm glad you know the rules because we didn't get to go over rules before we started the show.
That's true.
However, he's acting with some decorum. We ain't gonna come up in here like we're gonna sing the same old song. No, you guys, if you haven't streamed it yet, listen.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I like what you did
if
there.
you haven't streamed the same old song, go check it out. Cause see, that's somebody's life right now.
Yeah. I've lived that life myself.
Oh, okay. I know you sound like you knew about it when you were singing about it.
I get inspiration from different places. Sometimes you just gotta live a little to get back and, inspire yourself sometimes. So.
Okay.
But I ain't trying to live that again.
Listen, he said he's not trying to live that again. No, you got to check it out. Same song, #1 song right now in Southern Soul.
Absolutely.
So you definitely want to stream it, download it, send it to that other boot thing, the side boot. Y'all know what y'all in.
You know what you mean. You know what you got.
What they call them, entanglements?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't do that. No.
Listen, he said he don't do that. We were testing it out. He said he doesn't do that anymore. So, okay, we jump right in head first with that one. So you're from North Carolina.
Yes, ma'am.
On tour right now. Got some major things coming up. Louisville, Kentucky. Check him out.
Yep.
He's coming to you guys on...
Louisville, Kentucky, April 6th. That'll be next week.
Okay.
Next weekend. And then from there, I'll be going to Luling, Texas, April 19th. And doing a show with J1 and Dee Dee Simon.
Okay. So Facebook, you guys see the flyers up on the screen. Check him out. If you're in the area, you definitely want to pop in and get your Southern Soul swag on with Lokey Kountry. Let me ask you something. Yeah. Has your music ever crossed ties with your personal life? Not the songs,
not the same
just
song.
Lokey Kountry and your government. Have they ever... The lines ever blurred for you?
Yes and no. So I have a song called County Line, and basically it is talking about going to the country, having a good time, cookout, line dancing, cutting up, carrying on with your kin folks. That's a lot of cut. But yeah. But anyway.
Because you country.
I'm country. I'll show him. I ain't gonna lie to it.
And ain't no low key about it.
Yeah. But that song really, just like a lot of people, they like to get together with their friends, family, and cook out, listen to good music, go around the house and, smoke them left-handed cigarettes.
The left-handed cigarettes, I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know.
You just something you heard?
That's something I heard.
You heard a lot.
I heard a lot. Yeah. Inspiration, so I can put it down so, all my kindred folks can get to it.
See what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So you are telling me now you get that inspiration from the things that are around you. You don't have to experience it all. You can hear something and use that in your music for other people to vibe through.
To a certain extent. So, okay, not all my music I find direct inspiration to. Mm-hmm. But
because boots on.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do that. See, that's why I said what I said. Let me see. I know.
He's trying to clear it up before it even get out there.
Before it even got started. But no, boots on. Nah, not so.
Come
much.
back.
Yeah, we coming back. I have an interesting story about Boots on.
Okay. We're here for it.
Okay, cool. So when I shot the video for Boots on, a lot of people actually don't know this, but when I shot the video for Boots on, 2 interesting facts. One, I did a promo and it was just a promo. Mm-hmm. And so when I'm pushing it out before the song came out, a lot of reaction because of the muse, if you will. She was, she had things going on. Yeah. And so people was like, I can't wait to see the video. I'm like, yeah, it ain't going to be no video per se right now.
Yeah.
And then when the song dropped and it started to rise and climb and everything like that, my manager, he basically was like, man, you need to make that a video. I said, all it was a promo. So what I had to do was actually, if you watch the video, the shots are of me kind of, working and looking up and everything like that. Well, I wasn't looking at nobody but the cameraman, that whole scene had already been done a week before. And so I'm just adding to it to make that thing a piece. Mm-hmm. Second interesting fact, I know I get a lot of, yo, this girl, she all over you, this, that, or whatever. She look this, that, or whatever. My ex-girlfriend, she actually directed that.
The air.
Yeah.
Clearing the air.
But yeah, she actually directed that video. Okay. And so to me, it was like the smartest move, because if I brought back home that video, she was like, so what's all this? I mean, what happened?
Had to put the hands behind the camera.
Be like, listen.
I'm like, just right here.
That was me a lot of the time. Even when she was hoisted up on me, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't do my own hoisting.
Well, she had to make the music come to life.
She did a great job. And she's a phenomenal woman herself. So, shout outs to her.
If you're just tuning in, we're speaking with Lokey Kountry, and we're talking about the making of Boots On. If you haven't heard the song, everybody putting boots on and doing everything.
Boots on the ground.
Let me try to tell you. So if you're just tuning in, go put your boots on, and he gonna sing you through it if you don't know how to do it.
He'll talk you through it. Let me talk you through it.
He'll talk you through it if you don't know how to do it. So how did you get into Southern Soul? Of all the genres, what draw you into that?
Well, actually, church, growing up.
Oh, okay. You grew up in the church.
Yeah.
Can we get an amen this lovely Sunday morning?
The church say
yes. Don't start there, won't be there.
But I grew up in church, and when I got to college, I started rapping. And I was like, wow, I'm pretty good at actually just coming up with lyrics and this, that, or whatever.
Freestyling. Yeah,
freestyling. And after college, I kind of started doing my IT career and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And I was still coming up with different concepts or whatever, but I had a good friend of mine, or I have a good friend of mine, more like a brother. His name is Tubi the Soli Ghost. Shout outs to him. If y'all want to hear some show enough good singing, check him out. He's on all streaming platforms. But I wrote a song, and I actually wrote it for an artist that he knew. And I knew too, but he was actually working directly with her.
Got you.
And I had wrote a song, and I was like, man, I think she could sing this song. And he listened to it. He listened to me just sing it out and everything like that. And he was like, bro, I think you need to sing that song. And so I changed the first line of the song, and then I sung the rest of it. And that song is called Love Hangover. So that was my first song that I ever wrote. He really just kind of encouraged me to, man, go ahead and sing it. And then what sold me was...
I just had to sit with that. What is it called? Because I just had to sit with that topic really quick. He said Love Hangover.
Yeah.
Everybody that knows somebody, that been somebody, that could be somebody, know about a love hangover.
Yeah. Diana Ross knew about one too.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm just saying. So, but it's a lot of... But to that point, I will say, man, encourage your friends, encourage your people to do things, step outside the box to elevate themselves. Give yourself a shot, give yourself a chance to be greater than what you think you are currently. So, for sure. And I appreciate him, and I appreciate anybody who's doing it, like yourself.
That's what's up. You guys know what we're all about here at Eve Speaks Podcast, here in Mentor Entertainment Studios. Every voice empowers. So, again, when you see him sitting here at the table with us, you're going to get a message. And he said, encourage those around you to step outside your box. So the message for y'all this Sunday morning is to stream, number one.
Yeah.
Stream all of Lokey Kountry's music.
Please do.
Okay, we're climbing the Southern Soul charts here. And I don't want to leave anybody behind. I want him in your playlist on your way to work Monday morning. You know how y'all feel Monday morning.
Yeah.
Getting up, going to work. So I want you to get some of that feel-good music.
Show up, come on.
And that's what his music is all about. It's that feel-good music. It gets you in moods. We ain't gonna talk.
Certain moods.
Yeah, there you go. Certain moods. We're gonna leave it there. I like how you North Carolina cut that off right there.
Yeah.
Certain moods. It gets you in certain moods. But number one, stream the music, climb the Southern Soul charts, climb the charts for all genres, really. But climb the charts. But number two is step outside of the box we often put ourselves in.
Come on, man. I'm with you.
Because sometimes there isn't always an enemy externally, but there's an inner me.
Oh, come on now.
There is an inner me that holds me back from believing in me, You know what I'm saying? From pushing me, from empowering me, so we do need to support one another, but we have to start within ourselves.
Absolutely.
And you did just that when your friend said, I think you need to sing that song. You could have been hesitant. You could have, been reserved and said, you know what, no, this was for her. Go ahead and let her have that.
Right.
But you stepped outside of the box that you were in. You changed the first line of it. You stepped into that song, and then here we are, years later. Now, this was in college, still making music, but had you not taken that step, where would you be? In IT somewhere behind the computer, figuring out the VPN for somebody?
Yeah. I did that. For sure.
He said he did that. You off the VPN, that's why you ain't working. You can't stream a music.
Get your ISP right.
Get your ISP right. We trying to get your ISB right this Sunday morning. Your inspirational services broadcasting network.
Come on now with you when you're right. You clean that thing up. You freestyle too. I like
Listen, we trying to get your ISBN right so you can find them on YouTube, Spotify, anywhere. You can type in Lokey Kountry. It's the Lokey without the W. How about that? And country with a K.
Yes, ma'am. Lokey, country with a K.
Come on.
And I'm already in your phone. You just don't know it yet.
Just don't know it yet. See, that's what I like that about us.
Yeah.
We buy all this smart stuff, and it be so much smarter than we are that we'll never. We're gonna make y'all smart this morning.
Absolutely.
So go to YouTube. Go to your Apple Music that came with your phone.
Correct.
To your Spotify and type it in.
Yep. Lokey, country with a K.
So you started singing in the church. I hear it in you.
Oh, yeah.
Even when you talk, he got that he's somebody deacon and don't know it.
Yeah. No, I don't know about
Listen.
I'm behind the building.
You got
I'm behind the building deacon. One of them.
Not the flask in the pocket. Oh, deacon, we're going to get you saved today.
Deacon Pettigrew. What you doing back there?
Wait. He said he behind the building. Now, come on, deacon, to the forefront. You started singing in the church. I can only imagine somebody had you on the church pews on a Sunday morning.
Yeah. I'm actually what they call a PK. See, that's why I don't talk about that. That's why I don't say that.
He said he don't even bring up the fact that he a PK because it comes with such a reputation. But I'm one too, so I know the And I know, see?
Boop song out right now.
Not just the boop song. No, don't watch it like that. So she No, I done been in that same old song though. But anyway, see, y'all gonna go back and say, what were they talking about? I don't even know what all of this is. You have to stream the songs to further understand the conversation.
Absolutely.
And that's why he's here today, because we want you to get bodied. We want you to be living with
They cut up, man. The church ain't pleased. God ain't pleased.
God, as long as God pleased. That's our problem. We be wanting the church to be pleased. As long as He pleased.
Lock the doors.
We doing the Lord's work.
Lock the doors.
He did not. Bishop Sapp, we love you. We are still with you, sir. Let me clear this up. He is a guest.
Yeah, I'm a guest.
At the Eves.
Yeah.
He don't.
Okay.
Ain't got
nothing to do
Let's
with
bring this back in because we support you, and I send my 20. Now, back to you in the church. He cuts up. He gonna be on the front row of the service, sir. Not in the back no more. He need to be delivered.
Deliberate.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, y'all.
So you were in church when you were young.
Yes.
But now that you're old, you need to go back.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we still got time to make the second service now. You know what I mean?
Y'all get him.
I'm just saying.
Get him.
I don't miss the first part of the sermon and everything like that. But
I'm so glad. I'm glad they prayed for you. You know they yet prayed. Yes.
Mama. And them.
So you a PK.
I am.
And you act like it thoroughly.
I do.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
How many of you all were siblings? How many is
It's only me and my brother.
Just two of you.
Brothers.
That's it.
Yeah, it's me, and I'm
baby.
the youngest. Yeah, I am.
Oh, yeah. I knew it.
Yeah. I used to get him in trouble a lot.
And
he didn't do a lot.
It's those baby boys. I have a baby brother. Hey, Will, listen. Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, I'm talking about my brother. I don't know what you got going on. I'm sorry, bro.
Listen, it's a fine time to apologize, bro. I know. I feel your pain. So, a preacher's kid in the church. Were you in the church choir?
Yeah, I was in church.
It had to be.
Yeah, it had to be. My daddy was playing the piano. My mom was the choir director of the little Rainbow
Daddy
Choir.
Playing the piano.
Yeah. I had to do what I had to do. So,
are you musically inclined? What do you play?
I played the drums.
Yeah,
I played the drums. So.
Everything about you scream the drum player right here.
Oh, wow.
Right now.
I don't know
he knows what that means. Some of y'all out there knows what that mean about those.
Boot song. Check it out. iTunes, Spotify, on all streaming platforms.
He say,
and the remix. And the she mix. There's a she mix.
He say, I got you every time.
Every time. Boot song. Let's get it. Let's go. I'm just being real. That's what I know to do.
That's what he knows to do. So, church, you grew up in you. It's instilled in you. Got into college. You started rapping. That was,
I didn't go to college to rap.
No.
Right.
In college, you were rapping.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you found your way to Southern Soul. How?
Yeah, so again, it's just one of those situations where you put yourself in a uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
Somewhat uncomfortable or not as knowledgeable. Almost like a novice kind of thing. And then you find out that, I can do this.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like I tell people all the time, if you live long enough, your passion gonna find you.
Woo.
And so once your passion finds you, it's kind of like, it's almost like, for instance, a woman or whatever. You might see a lot of women, but then one just stick out and be like, oh no, there's something special about that, about her. And for me, music has always been around.
Yeah.
But in this kind of genre, it really resonated with me because again, it's Southern Soul, and if you know anything about Southern Soul, it really kind of is church music, quartet music with some liquor behind it. You know what I mean? And listen. If you know the music, you know the music. It makes you feel good.
You gonna bring that liquor into everything,
No.
I'm
gonna bring Boot Song, available right now on all streaming platforms.
He play all day.
I'm gonna bring
Southern Soul.
Yeah,
he says it's really church music with some liquor behind it.
Well, like quartet, because all church music ain't it's not Southern Soul. You got your contemporary, but quartet. If you country, you've been to a singing that happens at 3:00 somewhere on Mount Calvary Road or something like that. That's what it is, and then you got the instrumentation in the back, and then they get out there and they inspire the people. So that's what it is.
So you got a two-step in you?
Oh yeah, I got more than a two-step.
He got more than the two-step. I can't wait to see this. Louisville, Kentucky, Luling, Texas. He has more than the two-step. So as an artist, there's more to your artistry than just the music.
Absolutely.
I know you can probably find a melody in the sky and just hit a run or hit a tune to it, but you have to perform.
Absolutely, especially in this genre of music, because a lot of times when you are performing for a Southern Soul audience, they really want to be a part of the show just as much as you're a part of the show. To a point, I've had on more than one occasion, audience or crowd members come up in the middle of my set and just because again,
they jumping on the stage with
some of this right, they got some of that oil.
They're inspired.
They're inspired by me and the oil. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna go there. But
don't.
I ain't gonna go there. But yeah, they get inspired by me and the oil, and they come up and they start to interact. And sometimes artists have to adjust to that. Yeah. Sometimes artists just have people remove them. I'm not saying I don't mind, because I don't want everybody to be like, he don't care.
Next show, he said.
He said he come out here. He said, give me the mic. No, I'm not saying. But when it does happen, I try to engage with the person. Yeah. Or engage with what's going on, because a lot of times that is more of the performance than they know the song. Yeah. Or they can go sing hear the song, Boot Song, on all streaming platforms right now. Go check it out. But what they don't know is who I am and how I'm going to present it to them. And this is an opportunity to show my personality and, again, just give them a good time. That's what the music is about, and that's what I'm about.
So we've noticed how nowadays a hit song can be a minute long.
Come on now.
And that's all you need. And it could just be something simple for people to catch on to and just remember.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a part of you engaging and interacting, you are taking that minute song, making it into 5 minutes and, you know, giving the crowd exactly what they're wanting. And so in doing that, so like you said, Southern Soul is a little different.
Right.
Because it's that engagement that you get, that line dance that they take to your music and made a line dance out of it. Yeah. And there you are having to learn the line dance with 2 left feet.
Well, not me. I ain't.
No, not you. I'm just saying other artists. Yeah. Other artists, not him. But there you are learning the line dances and keeping up. How do you find a way to keep up everything that you're doing, stay engaged with your audience, and still build on who you are as a performer?
You talking about whilst performing, or you just talking about period?
Period.
Me understanding that if I was out and I was looking at me, what is going to keep me engaged?
Yeah.
What is going to make me either laugh or be like, oh wow, that was pretty dope. You know what I mean? And so, and then again, adhering to what the demographic is actually there for. So a lot of times at shows, it's more women than men a lot of times. And so I engage with the demographic, you know.
Y'all hear that?
Yeah, Boots On, available right now on all streaming platforms. So I like to engage and give an experience, you know. Don't take it too far. Don't go crazy. You know what I'm saying? But also, again, entertainment. You know, live entertainment.
Exactly.
So that's typically what I try to do. I just try to make sure that, one, I'm not doing too much for myself, but also giving the people the entertainment that they have worked hard for, paid for, and came out to support me to do. So, yeah.
Okay. With the faith upbringing, how does this intertwine with your faith upbringing, like your father being a pastor, and this is the untraditional life he expected for you because somebody got to carry the church on?
Yeah. Can I get a sip of this?
Absolutely.
All right, listen. All right.
I like that he asked permission if he could have.
Yeah, because the rules was, you know, once I get to drinking or once we get to starting, you know, I can't drink.
Listen, you guys find Lokey Kountry on all streaming platforms.
All right, so with my parents being who they are and me being who I am and what I do, initially I started out, it was, you know, the first few songs I wrote, it was very, you know, unsalacious, you know, and so they was like, okay, you know, good, you writing about love and heartbreak, and how God can bring it back. Mama didn't say about how God can bring it back.
I knew it was your mama.
Yeah. No, I didn't say that. I'm just right. She was like, well, that's fine. And then as my music started to mature, it matured. And it became
for the grown folks.
For the grown folk. That's what we're making music for, you know? And so at a point, it was like, I'm not sure. You know, your mom get that stank face.
Like Betty Right, Mama? I know you're not going to sing.
Well, actually, you know, the ironic thing is my dad, he actually did music outside of, you know, church and everything like that. And so he had aspirations of being a musical star and things like that. And so I guess to a certain extent, he kind of lives vicariously through me in certain ways. That's your support. Then that's true. They support me. But they don't come to my shows.
Oh, absolutely, Nate.
No, they don't come to my show.
You know, the preacher and first lady ain't gonna come.
They've been to one show and they tried to surprise me, and I saw them. And fortunately for them and me, it wasn't one of those shows where I was gonna cut up and carry on.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah. So the last time they seen me, I was like, I'm glad y'all came out here, because
they can't come to the shows now.
But they know that and they respect it, and I appreciate them supporting me in the way that they do. So
that's what's up. It's good to have familial support in your endeavors, because they make you grind as hard. Because just like, not only are you doing it for yourself, for your fans, but like you said, this is an aspiration your father had, and although life took him down a different avenue, the lane that you're in, it's like, I'm not going to let anybody down. I'm going for it all. And I know that kind of pushes you too, knowing that this was something that he aspired to be, but you have not only just the opportunity, but you've actually found your niche. You found that place where you fit in and you make it your own.
Right.
So I know that's like, impactful to you, and it pushes you to be even greater.
It does.
Yeah,
it absolutely does. I think more than anything is I want to make not just my parents proud, because at the end of the day, I mean, everything I do don't make them proud. Trust me.
Hey, that's all of it.
Come on, we grown. Boots on. All right.
If he don't stop.
But at the same time, it's not just proud in the sense of somebody's doing something that you thought that they should do. Mm-hmm. It's proud in the sense that, okay, so me and you were having this interview today and everything. At some point, I want you to hear somebody say, oh yeah, do you know about Lokey Kountry? And then your pride rises. Be like, oh yeah, I know Lokey Kountry. Yeah. That's my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing big things. I knew he was going to do big things because that's my boy.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? I want that kind of pride on everybody who I can push my music to.
Yeah.
As I'm rising and currently rising. So it's not just the parents that, because I'm always a boy per se, you know what I'm saying? Literally.
Always
I'm a man, but I'm a baby boy or whatever. But for the next person that hears my music, I want somebody else to find pride in knowing who I am.
Right.
So that's a big push for me.
It's just like, I don't know what rapper said it, but he got his whole city on his back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like your whole high school, your college. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're all riding your back because it's like, you know who I am, so I got to make this work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody that's come in contact with you or heard your music, now it's just, all right, now I got to top this one.
Right. It's always, one of those situations where, say you heard a song or whatever and it just came out and nobody knows it. You didn't have nothing to do with that song, but it's your song. You're like, man, have you heard about this artist? And you start peer promotion, which is the strongest form of promotion.
Absolutely.
And so when you're able to tell somebody, there's pride that comes when somebody tells you about something that you already knew. Mm-hmm. Like somebody say, oh, I'm going on this podcast, Eve Speaks and everything. I know Eve.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I owe her money, but I can't go with you. Money. Yeah, I can't go with you.
Yeah.
But I know her. She's good people. You know what I'm saying? That kind of business. So again, and that really starts out like what we were talking about before, just stepping outside of your box and putting it out there to see where it lands.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing experience. I'm blessed to be able to do it, and blessed to be able to have me in it and not lose myself.
So, exactly.
So, yeah.
What's one of the greatest accomplishments of Lokey Kountry?
I'm sorry, say that.
What's one of the greatest accomplishments of Lokey Kountry?
So far would be just being able to make an impact and seeing what my impact has done. And when I started doing Southern Soul, it was in a different kind of tier of music. And now it's moving into something that what I was trying to aspire to create.
Yeah.
So like the newer sound, the better quality of production and everything like that, I wanted to bring that in. And as I was doing it, it was like, people are recognizing it, but I don't know if they're recognizing it. And so, not to say that this was a proudest moment, but this was one of the moments where you kind of sit back and you kind of be like, wow, I was actually, heard. So I did a show with Young Guy, and if you're a Southern Soul follower, you know who Young Guy is. Phenomenal artist, man, good dude too. Me and him did a show together, and after the show, I never met him. He never met me and everything. And we were just kind of backstage talking and everything like that. He was like, Ryan, I ain't gonna lie, I used to listen to your music like before I got started.
Come on.
And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, man. He's like, man, you dope. You know what I mean? And that for me it resonated because again, even his sound and everything, not to take away from any of his greatness, but again, just elevating and really inspiring others to take it to the next level. And so to know that artists know about me and artists that are even surpassing what I've done thus far have recognized what I've contributed to something. So I would say that's probably like the biggest thing.
That's dope.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I don't know you from nobody, but we here on the same platform together, but you know me? Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what's up. So at the level you're at now, what's next look like? you have to envision it before you get there. So I'm pretty sure you've already seen
it. Yeah. I know what you're going. Preach a kid, you know what I'm saying? Write the vision, make it plain.
Come on.
Go ahead. But honestly, I think really, of course, it's musical based, but in what way? So again, I like to innovate. I like to try to create stuff that hasn't been seen or hasn't been done yet.
Yeah.
And so it might be a little bit of acting. It might be a little bit more stepping out of my comfort zone and actually doing content of comedy. And sometimes I'll be funny.
I can see you doing some comedy.
Sometimes I'll be funny. But, really just taking it, whatever the next thing is, elevating from there. So I don't want to say that it's going to be this, because I might get inspired today and be like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to do a podcast. I'm going to have E speak something. You know what I'm saying? And we going to, who knows? Yeah. Right? So I really don't want to say, but I want to say. It's pretty broad. It's pretty broad. And I'm pretty open to a lot of different things. Like my manager actually asked me yesterday about, he was like, how you feel about being in a play? I said, one of them, your hands too short to braid Jesus' hair type plays. But he was like, nah, I mean, yeah, but nah. I said, I mean, I don't know. And then he said something that kind of took me out. He was like, how you feel about cutting your beard?
Well,
I'm not going to do that.
A Southern soul artist with no beard?
No,
and then you chocolate too. So, like, it's like, hold on.
He looked crazy.
Yeah.
He looked crazy, y'all.
Cutting your beard gonna take you back to like 50. You look like you 15. Who gonna take you serious? As a Southern soul.
I'm talking all salacious and nasty. You know, carrying on with
he don't know nothing about that. He wet behind the ears. Exactly. You can hear the comments now. I can hear them.
Yeah. I had to get some of this grain from Walmart, you know what I'm saying, so I could talk to the elders, properly. Out right now. I ain't said it in like 10 minutes.
He wanted to be able to talk to other grown folks about grown folks' business.
Come on now, we grown.
So he couldn't do when he was a child because he had to stay out of grown folks' business as the preacher's kid.
Yeah.
I hope so. I'm trying to clean up
clean up what I messed
around here for you.
Clean up what I messed up. All right. Yeah, absolutely.
Man. So a play may be in the works. Maybe. You're opening up to podcasting. He's open up to acting. So if there are any talent agents, any open casting calls, and you're looking for someone to cast, and you're with the tune now, somebody with the tune to cast in your next short film, play, broadcast, whatever it may be, we have Lokey Kountry in the studio today. Tell them how they can reach you.
Yes, so I am on all social media platforms that I am on. So what does that mean? That means I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. If you reach out to me and there's somebody trying to ask you for money, it ain't me. No, that has happened. I literally had somebody hit me up the other last week. They was like, hey, is this you? Because this person's trying to scam my friend. I feel like they're trying to scam my friend. I was like, no, it ain't me. Give me the money. but honestly, I've had fake pages made, and that was kind of like one of those things, like, y'all making fake pages.
That's how you know I'm here. I made it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, social media is Lokey Country with a K on Instagram. It is Lokey Country with a K music on TikTok. Lokey Country with a K. Period. And
he's available for bookings, just not April the 6th and April 19th, because he'll be in Louisville, Kentucky on April the 6th. And April 19th, he'll be in Luling, Texas, y'all.
Cutting up, carrying on.
Show up. You know what I'm saying? Show up and show out. But the right kind of showing out, because he already made it clean up here.
Boots on. All right.
And if you come up there with your boots on, you might get it now.
Yeah, you might.
You might get it, because he ain't cutting the beard for nobody.
No. Can't do that.
You heard that? Because he grown now.
Grown, big grown.
Right. And the parents ain't showing up to the show.
No.
They won't be there.
And if you bring your mama, listen, you already know. I done told you now. My show is my show. My show is my show.
Not the mamas. You know what?
You know what? I ain't even gonna say.
Come with it.
All right.
So, that's what we're here for.
So I sometimes feel like I'll be over talking.
Nah, you ain't over talking, because we want to know your business. See, we want to feel like we know you.
Yeah. All right, so one show I had I did my show. You know, I had brought up some very, very nice demure women, and they came and sat down in the seat. You know what I'm saying? And I treated them to an experience.
Demure.
Yeah. Boots on. I treated them to a boots on experience. And so, you know, the crowd was kind of like, oh, I didn't know we were going to do this tonight. You're doing it tonight.
They found out what low-key meant.
So, well, yeah, not all the way. But, you know what I'm saying? You know, inspiration. So anyways, so after that spot, or after that particular song or whatever, there was a gentleman, he was like, hey, come over here. And I went over there. He was like, hey, it's my grandma's birthday. And I'm like, okay, happy birthday. He was like, hey, dance with her, dog. And I'm like, okay, so then I was just, gingerly, because, I mean, it's grandma for real.
Conservatively.
Yeah, just very, boom, like, okay.
Grandma didn't want that.
He like, no, dance with it, dog. Do what you just did. I said, no, because over there, that was an experience. This right here, I'm just, happy birthday, grandma, I love you. You know what I'm saying? That kind of vibe. He's like, no, do it. And then I looked at grandma, and grandma was like, you heard what my grandson said.
Grandma was ready. Grandma was ready,
baby,
to find out what Lokey Kountry stand for.
Oh my gosh, man!
Everybody, grandmas ain't the same. They not our grandmas.
They not. So I end up hoisting her up, picking her up, and
now,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I picked her up.
Where the all at?
Done put her in the frog position and
where
walked
the
around with her.
all?
This lady was turning 80 that day. I don't know what's wrong with me sometimes. I apologize. But no, matter of fact, she loved it. The crowd loved it. I had to go to the car and go to my prayer closet.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on?
That inner conviction.
I was like, man, that's crazy.
in from the Holy Spirit.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But, she doing fine now from what I know, And,
that hip back in place.
Grandson was happy, grandma was happy, everybody was satisfied, and that's entertainment right there.
Yeah,
so that's,
absolutely.
I mean, it was, yeah.
And
my show was my show.
Listen, we can't act like we're not, the R. Kelly's and all of that. We can't act like we're not used to a show. We've seen shows before, but sometimes it's just who the show, who they want the show for. Because at 80 years old.
Young.
Yeah, young. 80 years young. You just don't anticipate that. So I'm pretty sure that threw you for a loop.
It did throw me for a loop. And at the time, my girlfriend at the time, she was traveling with me. So she would record my show so I would get, good clips and other things like that. That was a long talk in the car. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Are relationships hard being an artist?
It can be. It can be. I've had pretty understanding females or partners, whatever, that I've dealt with for the most part. But it's a strain. It's a strain because think about it. And at the time I was doing a lot of like week after week after week. And it's me traveling. Yeah. And she's with me, but then there's not a, hey, babe, let's go here and do us, period. It is, hey, I'm going here. Can you come with me? Yeah. And maybe in between that, we can find some time to maybe do something that is for us. Yeah. And that was a difficult strain, you know what I mean? And I guess it can be. And some artists, they bring their significant others with them. Some artists, they don't.
Does that work for you, having her on the road with you?
Well, we're not together no more. So.
It was a strain.
It was a strain, but that honestly, that had nothing to do with with that situation. But it was because again, women want their time. They want they want to feel like it's about me. You know what I mean? They looking to the man to make sure that they're getting that feels. And so, unfortunately, I was not able to do that in the way that more or less should have been done. You know what I'm saying? But again, when you're on the grind, all you see is
tunnel vision. Tunnel vision.
I got to get here. I got to do this, and I put a lot of strain on her because sometimes I would get off work on Friday and have to be somewhere, and I would have her drive me. You know what I mean? And it was kind of like, so we can't go out on a date, but you in the back. knocked out while I'm driving 6 hours to
exactly.
So
kudos to you for whoever you are for putting in the time for the investment worthwhile
and putting up with.
And putting up with, because a lot of times, like you say, it's neglected to see the people that are right there in front of you doing the things that they're doing.
Absolutely.
And I'm pretty sure you have an expensive takeaway from that, because it costs you something. When anytime there's somebody in your life that's willing to travel the distance with you, go the mile with you, it's an investment on their part as well, to see you make it and to see you accomplish your dreams, even if they have to halt on their feelings or what they may be desiring at the time. So that's an expensive price to pay.
Yeah, it is. It is. And shout outs to that person. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Understood. No.
I don't put nobody's name
That's
out,
good. Yeah, I like how you conceal that. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that non-disclosure right there.
Yeah.
So with that expensive price being paid, what was your takeaway?
I guess I would say that the biggest takeaway is live your life.
Yeah.
Understanding that, again, when Martin was being Martin, I'm sure Coretta was like, dog, like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sure Malcolm X's wife was like, dog, what you doing? You know what I mean? And so at the same time, while they are inspiring the world, they have to also understand that what they're seeing in their spouse is history being made, or greatness, or them fulfilling their greatness. And if it does not align with your feelings, whether it's the man or the female or whatever, then live your life, because apparently that person is going to live theirs, and not so much in a selfish, disrespectful way. But if, again, one of the few things that we get to choose in life is who we decide to be with. Good, bad, and different. You know, you can't, sometimes you feel like you can't choose who you fall in love with, and that's fair. But at the end of the day, you and you alone are the person that takes control over your peace. Yeah. And so you have to protect that. Right. And even if you love me hard, long, and good, if I'm not giving you peace, then you need to live your life and find that peace. Same thing, vice versa. If doing everything, being a great woman, being, spot on. But if I don't have peace and I control that, and if that person is not bringing you or helping to cultivate that within you, then I have to live my life. So again, ultimately, I would say the expensive, takeaway is live your life and try to find your happiness, because no day is guaranteed. So. Yeah.
And that was a place where you guys both had to draw the line. You for the benefit of your career, her for the benefit of her happiness and her peace. I shared that in a podcast recently, that anything that compromises your peace, it compromises your happiness, your joy. That's just too much of an expensive price to pay, because when you don't have peace, you don't have happiness, you don't have joy, you still have life to live.
Absolutely.
And trying to live a life with those things lacking or missing or void, that's a miserable life. Absolutely. And you wouldn't, like you said, you wouldn't want that for anybody. And nobody wants to hold you back from your dreams.
Absolutely.
So it was best for you guys, and not to say that you won't find your way back to that or that person or that feeling or that love. Right. However, you had to value the fact that she is who she is, and she has to find that way. Something that I don't think artists think of when they're in relationships and on the road and this, that, and the other, is having a moment to draw the line of, these are my boundaries, and this is what I want for home. This is what I want. Because yes, getting your goal is important. Getting to goal is important. But I believe it was David Banner who said how he was chasing the dream. He looked all around him and seeing people accomplishing things and going after things, and he was going to get it until one day he fell ill. Yeah. And he looked around and saw, I have no kids. I don't have the things, you know what I'm saying, that would bring me joy at this age. Right. So what you did for your teens, your 20s, your 30s, you know, that served you at that time.
Right.
But if you stop in your career and look ahead and say, what will I have when I'm 60?
Right.
When things slow down in my 70s, what will I have to show for all of the hustle and bustle I put and my heart that I put in that?
Mm-hmm.
And will I have joy at that time?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's something that I think about. I'm in that space now because, again, you know, I'm not married. I don't have no children.
Children, ain't nothing out there.
Yeah.
You said.
Yeah. So don't call me for that. but no.
You know my mama.
But that's something that I contend with currently. You know what I mean? Is this grind? Am I missing out on something that could be legacy building? And I mean, I'm trying to create a legacy now. I believe I'm creating a legacy now musically, but am I missing the opportunity to create a legacy of family and bloodline and everything like that? I guess for me, it really comes down to, again, I can't really live for the kids that I don't have or for the space that I'm not in. And I have to think about that because, again, when hopefully, you know, I get to 60, 70, whatever, and I want to look back and be like, man, this is what I accomplished.
Yeah.
So, again, when you start something, try your best to see it through, go crazy, and go as hard as you possibly can, because I would hate to have put in this amount of work and could have went IT, married, children, deacon of the church, you know what I'm saying? All these kind of things, and chose this path that I'm currently on, and then not have anything to show for it. That would be somewhat devastating.
But you will have that life. You know what I'm saying? You just find your way that it will coexist with what you already have going on. You said something earlier that, you know, what you love will find you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your passion will find you. So that's in everything. You have to think about that as in everything. So let me take you back to your humble beginnings in the church choir. We know that our lives have plans, right?
Right.
And it's for hope in the future, to prosper,
right,
and not to harm us. So in that respect, everything that you do and have done up until this point,
right,
it was meaningful and it was worthwhile.
Right.
And you needed it. You needed it to make the music that you make. You needed it to be the artist that you are. So that constructed Lokey Kountry.
That's true.
You cannot think that you would have all those experiences, get to where you are, and then this one particular area of your life would be, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So I believe that will come along and it will fit so well that it's like you've never missed it.
Yeah.
Like it was purposed to be at this point of your career, at this point in your age.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It will be spot on.
I believe that. I believe it, receive it, just like you know you're supposed to.
You naming and claiming it.
Naming it, claiming it, carrying on. But no, like real talk, that is something that, again, I contend with, but I do believe that because at the end of the day, I know that as long as I'm doing my very best to live my life out loud and just do it, you know what I'm saying? Because the world is bigger than one place, you know, and there's so many things that can bring someone happiness and peace and admiration and legacy and everything like that. As long as I'm in that pathway of contending for that, then I feel pretty confident that when I do look back, if I am blessed to have the opportunity to live long enough to look back and say, you know what, this is what your life was, I think I'll be proud of it.
You will.
Yeah, I'm believing that.
Yeah.
So I appreciate what you. Yeah, she good. When Eve speaks, y'all
listen.
When Eve speaks, y'all need to listen. I ain't even said nothing about Boot Song.
There you go. And there he is. He keeps bringing us back to Boot Song. So you guys need to go listen to it because I can't tell y'all how grown you're going to be afterwards.
Listen, you're going to be real grown. You might have growing pains. You know, I don't know. That's your business.
Some growing pains.
Yeah.
One of the things that we like to do here is just share something that will impact us, something that will impact others.
Okay.
And looking retrospectively, looking at your life, like you told us your journey coming up in the church in college, you know, the younger you, what encouragement would you have for younger people coming up, entering into the world of entertainment?
Entertainment, like music and what have you.
Yeah.
I like what have you. What have you is a very strong communicative word. Yes, music and what it makes you feel real, like you just got to sit there. Oh, okay, yeah, and what have you. But I'm stupid. I'm sorry. I'm silly, y'all. I would say to a younger person that is interested in entertainment, know the business. Don't look for the gold without looking for the shovel.
Come on.
And I say that to say, if you want gold, it's going to take work. You're going to have to dig it. You're going to have to work for it. With the entertainment, it is set up for big business to win and the talent to make the money. So basically, I mean, if you work at McDonald's, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with working at McDonald's, but I'm just trying to make a point. So if a young person was working at McDonald's and I had a conversation, I would tell them, you're the one making the burgers. You're the one shoveling the fries. There's somebody that's not doing any of that and getting most of the money.
Right.
You need to know the business. So know your business, know what it takes to get to where you want to go, and actually have a place where you call success. Because a lot of times people say, I want to be successful, but then they don't actually know what success is. So you might have already surpassed success and you don't even know it because you haven't set a tone for what it is.
You said it earlier, right? The vision.
Yeah. So you have to put the boots on. Okay, y'all about to get crazy up there. Listen, children. Grow up. But honestly, in growing up, again, consider what you deem success and stick to that. And if you have benchmarks within reaching that success, then appreciate it and also learn from those, because at the end of the day, you're not going to win all the time. I tell my nephew at all times, who can stop, his name is Jackson. I said, who can stop Jack? And he says me. And I've been telling him that since he can talk.
There we go back to that inner me.
Yeah. So it really comes down to just pushing yourself as far as you possibly can to get to where you want to go.
You sound like you're talking from experience as far as knowing the business. Is there something that happened to you early on in the business that you were like, I wish I was more knowledgeable?
Yes and no. Nothing that was too crazy that was kind of like, oh man, I really dropped the ball.
Yeah.
It was just it was more so like little nuances that I was like, oh man, I wish I had known that. I could have done this. But because when I was in college and everything like that, I was researching a lot of the powers that be and stuff like that and everything that they had going on. And I found out that, some of the music, how the music was actually being ran. It's not just, these are dope rappers and then they just make music and they make money and everything's hunky-dory. It's like a machine behind it. And I was learning all of that information. So by the time I got into doing Southern Soul, I was real read into what the industry is about.
Right.
And so I didn't really my manager, he was kind of like, oh, because he's from Jersey.
Yeah, you know about this.
Yeah, so honestly,
shout out to Jersey. Yo, what's up?
Are you from Jersey?
No.
Okay.
Shreveport, born and raised. Don't get it twisted, country girl.
For sure.
Back on track.
Jersey. Yeah. But some of the stuff that, like for instance, the first contract he gave me, most people would look at it and read it and be like, okay, well, I guess, whatever. Not me. I read it. Then at the time I had my girlfriend at the time. She was a paralegal and sharp.
Oh, okay. We're about to counteract this contract.
Yeah, and sharp, very very sharp. She read it, and Eventually she read it. She didn't read it initially, actually. Let me correct that. But I read it, and I was like, I don't know about this. So I took it upon myself to actually get an entertainment lawyer, paid the man $250 to read over the contract. I said, whatever I don't need, mark it in red so I can send it back to him so he can read it. I mean, that thing looked bloody. You know what I mean?
He said mark it in red and it came out bloody.
It came out bloody. And when I sent it back to him, he was like, oh, well, I just can't give this country boy some paperwork and then it's going to be like...
He found out.
Yeah, because while I am country, I'm also very much educated. You know what I'm saying? As country folk, we be educated. We talk how we want to talk and we can do that. We can do that.
We want you to believe that we...
but
we'll show you.
Yeah, you talk fast, you learn slow. Okay? But anyway, so I mean, it's nothing specific that I would say like, man, it's almost like I wish I had jumped on TikTok 2 years before or something. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. It's nothing too crazy though. Nothing too crazy.
But even with the TikTok world, the fast world as far as, entertainment, you can get songs and everything at a split second.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It wasn't that way, growing up all the time. We didn't even have cell phones back in the day.
Yeah, we the last generation.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know how
Listen, you said it right.
Okay.
We.
Right.
God, trying to mess up
No, I
everything.
ain't trying to mess up nothing.
You're going to walk right over that.
Yeah.
But, keep it going. Yeah.
Right,
so... We can get everything at a split second now. And, with them shutting down TikTok and all of that, playing with our emotions, basically, because Cheeto, they play with our emotions. Even if you're putting the music out there and stuff like that, it's still important for the streaming and all of that,
And that was, I would say, me understanding how artists make money now, because used to we would have CDs.
Yeah.
And you buy CDs, hey, it's tangible. You know what you're getting.
Yeah.
We sold 20 CDs. How do I know? Because I had 20 and I don't have 20 no more.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Streaming is kind of like, I guess we got those numbers, but I didn't see these people buy that song or listen to it and everything like that. And so it's something that you really have to try to understand and then know how to navigate that so that you find success in it.
Exactly.
So that's one of the biggest things.
So know the business, because if you don't know the business, you just left out in this world. If you don't know how to track your numbers, check your streaming audience, see what you have, see what's coming in.
Analytics.
Yeah, and with that IT background, that helped a lot in this digital world, we thought.
Yeah.
Somebody said he didn't pay for their college education.
Somebody did. I ain't paying.
Listen, Lokey Kountry, stream everywhere. Streaming platforms are available. Find them on YouTube, Amazon,
TikTok,
everywhere. And it's Lokey, Lokey, no W, Country with a K.
Country with a K, that's it.
It's been a pleasure having you in here.
It's been a pleasure being here.
Thank you for stopping by on this great.
I like what you done with the. Yeah, I like.
You like what you done with the flat line?
Right there, that part too. That's real nice. I know you're gonna put something behind it.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
No,
it has been a pleasure having you in the studio. Y'all, real down to earth cat.
For sure.
You heard that cat with the K from North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah, go on and stand up. That's gonna forever be y'all anthem. You know that?
Yeah.
You can't
Shout out
get
to Petey Pablo.
You never get away from that.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you for being in the building today.
Absolutely.
Thanks. Hats off to your mom and dad. They've done a great job. Outstanding gentlemen here. You guys want to catch him April 6th, Louisville, Kentucky. April 19th, Luling, Texas. Y'all show up and show out. Somebody jump on the stage for me, please.
Don't do that.
Somebody, give him a twirl for me, please. Jump on the stage and give him a twirl.
Yeah.
Just don't take the mic.
Okay. I don't know what a twirl is. I might be interested.
See, he's going to find out. He'll find out.
Is it boots on? Is it?
But you guys check him out. You definitely want to, like I said, do the twirl. Country girls know how to settle. So.
Okay, I like that. I like where it's going. Twirl.
Same
twirl
song, Boots on the Ground. Listen, he has that feel-good music. So if you needing to feel good, go ahead, run those streams up. Number one in Southern Soul, right here in the studio on Eve Speaks Podcast. You guys enjoy this satisfying Sunday because I am. And if you can't do nothing else, stream Lokey Kountry.
Boots on, She Mix, all that. Eve Speaks. Let's get it, let's go.
Let's go.